Hi guys and welcome to snipertraining.ai. Today we will be reviewing and analyzing four assets which are Bitcoin against US dollar, Australian dollar against Japanese yen for the Forex market, gold and Rigetti. We will see where they might move over the next weeks and months. Before doing so, we can review the performance of our software, of our algorithm, which is behind snipertrain.ai. On the 30th of January 2026, has been issued a strong sell signal for Bitcoin, which is performing pretty well with a plus 14.44%. Same situation, same scenario for XRP, for example, with a plus 17%, and Solana with a plus 23%. Again, it's a strong sell. But let's see actually what our statistics looks like right now. Okay, for the crypto strong signals, we have a percentage of 96.4%, for 100 for the Forex and 74 for the stocks. Okay, now let's go back to analyze Bitcoin. So what we see here actually is the decomposition of Bitcoin based on three different cycles. Okay, uh, we are inside the descending phase of the major cycle right now, uh, and we are bottoming out, and then we will see also here in the chart what we should be expecting over the next weeks. Again, here in this minor cycle, we see that we are inside the descending phase, which, to be honest, is normally a very strong one, and as well for this kind of cycle, which is a minor one. Now, let's try to have some specific target over the next weeks. First of all, we see a head and shoulder formation. This left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. As you can see here, we have the cyclicality right now is bottoming out, which means we might see a rebound over the next weeks. Yet the target for the next month is around something around between 50 and 60,000 US dollars. So be extremely careful buying Bitcoin right now. So you might want to buy for a short-term rebound. Yet right now we are inside a very strong bearish momentum. In the upper section, we see the Nadaraglia Watson envelope, while beneath we have one of our proprietary indicators. As you can see here, the slope of the indicators is still negative, and until we will see the indicator pointing south, for us, the market is bearish. Okay, so we want to see a completely different situation like here in 2023 when we see the slope going up, and exactly what we see what happened is that the Bitcoin went up from 23, 27 till actually 75,000 US dollar. Okay, so what might happen in the short time, in the short term, is a rebound, because as you can see here, we have a pinball formation, a reversal pinball, yet the volumes are not enough, but that's because that's a monthly chart, and today is 8th of February, so we still need to see to have more days in order to see the volumes which are supporting this candle. Again, we cannot say that we are bullish at all, even if normally when this happens we can see a rebound. But as you can see here, the next curve should be pointing down, like here. Okay, so after this movement up, then we see the movement down. So we need to see a much stronger rebound before being bullish on Bitcoin. Right now, we see weakness for Bitcoin. Again, we might see some sort of rebound, yet we are not bullish, and that's because, as you can see here, the indicator is pointing down, and as well, our software is still in a strong sell position. Let's move on and let's analyze the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. As you can see here, we have created the chart with the confidence bands with the plus 2 sigma and minus 2 sigma. Right now, the chart is getting vertical, and as you can see here, actually it went above the 2 sigma upper bands, which means we are in extreme conditions, okay? Which might actually have as a result a counter trend movement. So what we expect here, and it's more clear if we go down, what we can see in terms of cyclicality actually is what we believe is that we are very close to see the Australian dollar getting down, so moving south against the Japanese yen. Here we have the again the cyclicality, and the two major cycles are now pointing south. Okay, so we are inside the descending phase of the Gauss curve. Now we have to be very clear. Something is the trend and something else is the cycle. Okay, so here we have detrended the movement for Australian dollar, Japanese yen, which is clearly and obviously, as you can see here, is clearly obviously up. Okay, but in terms of cyclicality, now we expect a movement down. The software is stating that probably it's possible to have 94 uh, as a target for the next month. Right now we are at 110. So again, before being short, let's see, let's wait for confirmation, because obviously right now the Australian dollar is getting strong against the Japanese yen, so it's quite dangerous. But yet be confident that probably sooner than later, we might see a reversal. Okay, so here with the confirmation with the Nadaraya Watson envelope, and what is clear here is that the price has broken above the upper band, which means actually we are in extreme. When that happened in the past, this is a weekly chart. We've seen a rebound. For example, here we saw a rebound back, here and here again, with this fantastic reversal pinball, and here again. Uh, we have to note that the Australian dollar went from 89 to the 110 over the last 10 months. Okay, so actually, and our indicator is still in buy mode, which is confirming the direction. Yet, most probably soon we will see a movement back, actually down to less extreme situation. Let's move on and let's analyze the gold. Okay, here again we have the fast transform Fourier. Uh, Actually, what we really believe is that the goal is going to point south over the next weeks and months. So the situation here is the scenario is quite clear, differently from Bitcoin and the Australian dollar and Japanese yen, where for the Bitcoin we see a rebound over the short term, but the mid term and long term is extremely bearish right now. For the Australian dollar and Japanese yen, we are still in a very strong bull phase, but we believe that we are extremely close to a reversal, probably a strong one. For the gold, is much clearer. Okay, so what we see here, um, models, mathematical models, are actually pointing down, and the target for gold is around something 40,000 US dollar over the next weeks. As you can see here, we have the cyclical uh, wave, which is pointing south. Here we have another clear scenario of what is happening with the gold against the US dollar. As you can see here, we see this spike in volume in correspondence of a sort of reversal pinball. It's not exactly a reversal pinball, but we see a very long upper shadow, which means actually the buyers has been pushed back by the sellers. And now if we zoom out, we see that actually we are in a parabolic wave, and when that happens, we expect a very strong reversal. Again, the 4,000 US dollar is the minimal target over the next weeks. And again, as you can see here in terms of volumes, we see a huge spike in volumes. Another formation here for the last week with a sort of doji, which means indecision. And again, the three candles are extremely above the upper bands, which means actually we are probably in the 2 percentile of the movement. It's clear in extreme, and so we should be expecting a reversal. Okay, so now let's move on. Let's analyze Rigetti. Rigetti is a very strong stock. We've been trading in Rigetti with exceptional result. We've been long, but right now actually our software is short. Let's see what our short, as you can see, is strong in zone strong sell with a plus 8.72% of gain. The signal is being issued on the 4th of February, and that means actually and the scenario is confirming what is happening here. Our software is telling us that we should be expecting some sort of pushback, some sort of trend up over the short term, but our target are actually below the current price in the over the 60 days forecast, while over the 180 days actually we see a rebound. Okay, yet it doesn't look great right now. uh, as you can see here, in terms of cyclicality, probably we are bottoming out, but before buying Rigetti, we want to see exceptional volumes like in the past. So it's pretty much neutral. This current scenario for Rigetti, the trend is still downwards, but actually probably once we past May, we might see a rebound. Okay, so still negativity, as you can see here, over this spring period. We might see a rebound, but actually not that strong, not that strong. Okay, so guys, if you want to receive our premium signals, please subscribe to snipertraining.ai. Thank you.